Hi, this is Dan Cortopassi of TSG Multimedia. Today I'm reviewing an HO scale SD70ACe locomotive from Athearn Genesis. My example is decorated as Norfolk Southern 1105. The real NS 1105 was built in 2014. I compared the model to prototype photos of the real engine and it looks to be very accurate. This model is available in DCC ready form or with DCC and sound installed. The MSRP for the DCC ready version is $199.98. The MSRP for the DCC version with Soundtrack Tsunami 2 sound is $299.98. My model is the DCC ready version. The paint on the model is opaque and thin enough not to obscure detail. The markings are mostly crisp, with small voids at panel seams. All but the smallest writing on some warning labels is legible with magnification. As far as I can tell, the panel and grille detail on the sides of the model match prototype photos almost exactly. The only discrepancy I found is the door arrangement under the exhaust. The model has two door panels while the prototype appears to have a solid piece of sheet metal here. The handrails are made of a flexible plastic and are slightly warped in spots, a typical problem for this type of handrail. Many of the grills on the model are photo-etched. The grills at the rear are see-through and there is some detail inside, though the wires for the rear ditch lights also show. There is really good detail under the sills. The trucks have brake and sanding lines. I really like the paint treatment on the big springs on each truck, using a dark gray highlight, which makes them look like real springs. I also like the raised EMD logo on the trucks. In front, the model has freestanding grab irons, delicate windshield wipers, an uncoupling lever, MU cable, MU hoses, and a plow that looks correct for the prototype. The ditch lights and headlights are operable, though they are lit with bulbs and not LEDs. The model is equipped with McHenry scale couplers. The front coupler is low according to the Cady height gauge. Details in the rear are comparable to the front and also match prototype photos. The spare knuckles would look better painted a rusty color rather than left black. The grills on the rear of the long hood are also photo-etched. I really like the green markings above the MU hoses, which are prototype correct. It's sometimes difficult to find roof shots of locomotives, but as far as I can tell, the roof detail on the cab matches the NS SD70ACe units in this number series. Like Athearn's other SD70ACe models, the cab roof is held on with magnets and can be removed to reveal the cab interior. The turbo exhaust is see-through and the horn appears to match the prototype. In back, the fans look really good, with see-through grills, exterior piping, and blades inside. All the wheels pick up current and all 6 axles are powered. All the wheels are in gauge according to the NMRA standards gauge. The model weighs 17.4 ounces. I measured 2.4 ounces of drawbar pull on my force gauge. I'm running the model on DC. It's very smooth and quiet, and even on DC the low-speed performance is impressive. I'll run it so we can take a look at the lights. They're a little bit dim, which is an unfortunate consequence of using bulbs. The lighting in the back is a little bit uneven. Part of the problem is that the ditch light bulbs are pointed up instead of back toward the rear of the model. To take the model apart, you need to remove the screws that hold on the coupler boxes, and then there are a couple of additional screws near the fuel tank. When taking the shell off, be careful of all the headlight and ditch light wires. One thing that's nice is that the model has a sound-ready frame, so putting a speaker in would be relatively easy if you want to add sound. There's also 3 different ways to add a decoder. You can remove the JST plug and add a decoder with a JST plug, or you can add a decoder with an 8-pin plug, or you can take the entire light board out and use a board-style decoder. There are some extra detail parts included in the box. Overall, this is a really nice model. Athearn has done a great job getting the details right, and the model runs very well. I would really like to see Athearn move to LED lighting. Almost every other model manufacturer has done this already. I'm not going to take a spike for that, as I'm not sure that everyone is as fussy about lighting as I am. I am going to take a spike for the coupler height. My final verdict is 9 out of 10 spikes.